We're all asked to do way more things than we're capable of accomplishing in a day's time. And sometimes a new opportunity comes along and you think, man, that would be really good. But I don't have time, so you have to find something that you're already doing and carve some time out of it. Or maybe you have to give up something that you've been doing for a while because now there's an opportunity that's just really worthwhile and it's worth the sacrifice. Or you just throw it in there, but usually what happens there is you sacrifice some of yourself and you sacrifice some of the success that you could have had in that new thing and probably some of the success you were having in the old thing because you've only got so much time, talent, and treasure to spend on everything that you do. What should we spend our time, talent, and treasure on? What do we find our glory? The phrases that I put on my little paper are what we glory in, what we dedicate to, and what we sacrifice for is what we worship. So the question is worship just a thing for church? And the answer is no. Everybody worships. We were built to worship. You were made to worship. God created man in his image to bring him glory and to worship something. So whether you have been in church your whole life and you consider worship what we do when we sing, or maybe you consider worship reading the Bible and singing, or whatever you think of it as, or this is your first day in church, every person worships something. We worship with what we get our glory from, what we dedicate our time to, and what we sacrifice for. That's worship. So it's supposed to be God. If we worship God, we're on track with what God would want. And if it's something else that we found to worship, that's when it becomes an idol. An idol is anything that you put before your relationship with God, before God in your priority structure. Now, does that mean don't do a good job at work? Absolutely not. We have to do a good job at work. Other places we'll find where it says, hey, your example is what leads other people. So if you're lazy at work, other people think that's okay. Are we supposed to neglect our families so that we can spend quality time every evening listening to worship music by ourselves? It's really good for my relationship with God if I sit in my office all alone and don't worry about what else is going on, what my kids may need, work I may need to be doing to keep caught up with all the things that I volunteered for. I'm worshiping God, so it's okay, right? Well, no, that can get out of balance too. You have to find the balance in your life that lets you say, I'm going to worship God, and then I'm going to spend time with these other things, but I'm not going to let those other things become idols between me and God.